introduced to ISTC education through my AP research course during my senior year in high school. My teacher used it to help us get guidance for our research projects throughout the year. So I chose mine on the socio-political development of Black youth. And socio-political development is just a really big word for how do people understand and react against oppression. So I wanted to focus on the population Black youth because I myself am a young Black woman. And it was incredible because I didn't think anyone would have anything on this topic. I was worried. I was like, I don't think I'm going to find a mentor. This is like such a niche category. It's newly studied. It's only like 10 years old. I don't know anyone who would want to take that risk. But fortunately, I did find a mentor who was incredible. They had an incredible background in ethnographic research, which I adopted in my own paper, where I used autoethnography because I am a part of this population, like I mentioned earlier. And it was incredible how all of my peers and we found someone who was able to give some nugget of knowledge to such our niche questions. So I thought it was amazing that they had that many mentors available or with that diverse expertise to help us conduct our own research. I think academically it was really beneficial to have someone be on call, but also let them give you the creative freedom, which was really important about the class. They wanted to say it's students leading the research. And I feel like MME did a really good job of saying, yes, this is student-led research. You are simply advising and giving collaborative expertise. It is not your paper, which I think my mentor did perfectly. She never wanted to push any idea onto me. She introduced me to diverse methods, so that way I didn't have to feel inclined to choose just one. So the Mentee experience was helpful through the tools from MME, but also how she was as a person, and and how she was trained was really helpful for me to just get the independence to make my own mistakes, but also the reward of knowing that this mistake will help me in the future. I learned, again, it's like there's an academic side, but also like a professional development side that I got from the mentor experience. So academically, she taught me autoethnography, and I used qualitative selective coding, which again is just a big word for annotation. Like these are just big words for very simple concepts. And I did this with 10 participants. So I felt overwhelmed at first to know that I'd be doing hour-long interviews and having to code each one, not only once, but twice for words and themes across the question. And she was really supportive. She actually set up like a little lesson for me on Zoom where she taught me how to code and she gave me practice from her own class. I think the most incredible part of the whole like mentor-mentee experience was the fact that she attended UChicago at the time, and now I'm a UChicago student, and she was sharing resources with me from the university that now I can get access to. Like, not saying I don't need her anymore, but it was just incredible to see that the plethora of knowledge that she was sharing from a university background, she was so willing to give to me as a high school student, but also make it accessible by explaining it to me and giving me practice to make sure I really solidified the concept. So now when I do enter my classes and these words are mentioned, I feel more prepared because I have had that background with my mentor. And so it was just really supportive to have that guidance and know that, you know, as someone who was this young and as a high school student or first year in college, to have someone have that experience in that area of professional development was extremely helpful. I feel like the most important thing for me would be to make sure the word empowerment is really important. It was even a focus of my research. I want to make sure they feel empowered to do this on their own and know that I'm just someone that you can tap on the shoulder for help. And that at the end of the day, this is your project. This is what you make of it. And you should be proud of it every step of the way. And I know AP College Board is going to score it or some teacher is going to score it, but the score doesn't matter if it's not your heart that's in it. So that's probably the biggest thing that I would push. incredible hearing other people's research because, like I said, in my class, everyone had their research question. But by the time that the showcase rolled around, I was pretty much like in the know of everyone's topics. And as diverse and amazing as they were, getting to sit down and like see someone's presentation, albeit for 5 minutes, was so incredible. Like, there was one on humanities, like art studies. There was another one on incarceration education. And then there was one that was purely experimental based, which I had not seen at all. I was like, wow, they did an entire experiment for their paper. I was like in shock, which was crazy because my paper was an experiment as well, but it just didn't feel that way. So seeing each student's passion and seeing each student articulate their ideas and introduce the new topics and see how some of them even related was really interesting to me. I benefited from this organization and it's done nothing but help me. So I can only hope that I can give back and give that same help, passion, empowerment to the next person who comes along. The encouragement has to be rooted in my great experience. I think even if you didn't have a not so good experience, that could be a motivator for you to get involved too. Like, you can say, okay, as a mentor, what would I have done differently? And here's your chance to help that student get to where they need to be. Like, I know that students reach out to us on the platform, but some of the prompts that I've been reading, they're so incredible. And it's like, it's an opportunity to keep learning. Like, I'm so engaged in my studies. It's very rigorous at U Chicago. So getting the opportunity to just take a break and, engage in something academically, appetizing, but also not draining is really great for me. Career-wise, she definitely opened up the idea of doctorate studies to me. I never thought of engaging in PhD education ever. I've always been scared of it because I'm like, that is 7 years of your life gone. I don't think I could do it. But I've always wanted to be a lawyer. But when she's in the doctoral program now for South Asian studies, and she shared with me, the process of the master's program and the role of a teacher advisor and the grad student experience, and how the dissertation is really just a big AP research question. And I never thought of it that way. I didn't know much about a PhD program until I had met her. So it was really interesting to learn that this is a career path that I could have if I wanted to. And she always jokes. Well, we met with this other researcher as well, and they both joked. They said, I'd be surprised if you go to law school because you seem perfect for research. And I was like, you guys are screwing up my whole life plan. I was gonna be a lawyer since I was little. But just to know that there's that other option out there, that if I do want to take the time to engage in research, it's possible. And I think as mentors, or me as a mentor, you have to be prepared for both types of students. The one who's going to beck and call on you like several times, or you're going to have the one that's like kind of in and out. So I think I would just need to figure out personally, like as soon as possible, or as soon as they share this information with me, what type of student they are and how they go about asking for help. Because I know that there's a fear for some students to ask for help. It's not easy. So I would just want to make clear, whatever questions you have, I'm here to help you. There's never a dumb question. You never will have too many questions because I am the person with too many questions. So I would just make it clear that the communication line is always open and it's what you make of it. So the convenience, the academic engagement, the community engagement, those are great ways to give back and get involved. And I think ISTC makes it very easy for all of us to, find that opportunity.